Hi, this is Living Positively After Challenges, and I'm using my phone, but I'm using it sideways, and I did that last time too, so I'm sorry if it looks like I'm not looking directly at you, but I'm looking at the phone. So basically, I really won't be looking straight ahead a lot of the time. I just wanted to bring a couple of things that came to me off the top of my head today, and one of them that I forget to do myself is rinsing my rice. Now, those of you who may have had toxin compromises in your life, as I have, um, rice can really be a factor of more toxins entering your body if you don't rinse it off. And I know that's a pain in certain dishes if you're making, like let's say you want to brown the rice up and you go and get it all wet. And I mean, what I suggest for that, if it is worth it for you to rinse it, would be to put it in a drying towel after. I mean, of course, strain it first and then just, run it through a drying towel. Like, fold it up, shake it a little bit, and then just get a knife and get most of the rice off of it. I have a lot of kitchen towels that I use. I'd be lost without them. I use my kitchen towels for like draining mushrooms on. I have a lettuce spinner, so I don't really need it for that. If I chop up potatoes or a kind of vegetable that I want to dry off, I will do that. Like sliced potatoes, I want to dry for a reason. But I got this little doohickey thing for like, gosh, I think it was under $1 at Temu, T-E-M-U, and I think Shine has them too, S-H-E-I-N. Now, I don't like Shine as much as Temu, T-E-M-U.com. Now, Temu, now they have a lot of stuff that's junk. I understand that. But, they let you plant a tree at the end, which I think is really cool, so you can help out the world. But if you really search things, you can find stuff. And, I mean, a lot of the things that I buy from them, I just did a haul for like $11, maybe $12 at the most. And it's things that I wouldn't mind having in my home, but I wouldn't go out and put the money into it. So if I find a cheaper version and it's going to make enough of a difference, then I'll get it. And some of the things that I get from them are actually just as great quality as anywhere else that I would purchase. And it would be stuff like this nice sand art that works absolutely beautifully. It's just as nice as any of them. Oh, can you see that? My shirt's kind of reddish. Any of them that you would get out there. I think they gave me that free. It was one of my first orders. Maybe I spent a little bit more in that order. Usually I don't go over much over $10. And then I got this really cool, it's like a lighted tree light. It's not really as cheap looking as you might think, because I've had these before, but the black tape around it really keeps it nice. And at nighttime it just glows with these really pretty yellow lights. So I got that there. I put that up there before under my Temu run, T-E-M-U. I'll try to remember to put that link up there. But all set aside, I got this there. And you put the rice in it, like I just get, store brand brown rice. And brown rice, I don't know, some people say brown rice has more of the toxins in it than white rice, and a lot of people, what I had learned is the white rice does have a lot more. But no matter what, even if it's organic too, it's really hard to get the stuff out of rice, because no matter what rice it's grown, it's just grown to have toxins in it naturally. So I mean, I don't want to omit rice out of my diet, because it's really a big staple in my home, because it's so affordable and there's so many dishes that can be made with it. So I make 1 cup of rice myself. I put the 1 cup of rice in here. It has really small draining holes. And then I just run the cold water over it in the sink and just rinse it out. I can even pull out the darker pieces of rice if you go through your rice. I don't usually, but you can do it really easily in here. And then I have to really kind of still play around with it to get the rest of the water out. And it works pretty good though. And like I just made rice today, and last time I forgot to rinse it out. I can feel the difference in my body. My body struggles if it has to fight with any toxins, extra toxins period, I guess, in my body. These are things I had to learn myself. I taught myself, how to take care of myself better. A lot of the things that are outside of Western medicine are self-taught. I did not go to the green doctors, naturopath, naturopath doctors. I almost went before COVID. I had an appointment set up, but I forget what happened. I don't know if it was too close to lockdown or what happened, but I ended up not going. And then I started thinking that it's probably a good idea because things that are good for someone else isn't good for me. And I'm really seeing that even more so in my life. That's the way it's going. So I really, really have been, like yoga meditation has really helped me focus on my body. And my body really tells me most of the time. Sometimes I'm just blind to it. Unfortunately, I don't find out till I really don't feel well. And then I'm saddened that I didn't know sooner to omit whatever it is that I've been using or eating. But for the most part, I rely on what my body signals to me. The other thing I wanted to discuss, I just watched Carrie Green. I will leave the link for Carrie Green. I also will leave the link for that Temu strainer. But, my Temu link too. I should probably leave you, right? I take notes so I don't forget. I don't know how people, when they edit their videos, they just can get it all together and, know to get their links down. I can't run out of something I'm editing. I have, but it's kind of hard. But, yes, Carrie, Carie, and Green, Green. Let me leave Carrie's link. And I like her a lot. I have been following her, oh my gosh, since I returned to college. It was, let's see, maybe 2015. And she had just pretty much only been into her business for a few years. It started to take off, and I found her on the web. She was advertising wonderfully, thank goodness. Plus, these motivational people, they kind of domino effect from one to another, and that's how I find a lot of them. But I watched her do something about planning her day, and she shared her life planner, and I thought that was, I love when she does that because I learned a lot of my planning to my goals in life from her. And I have these cute, really funny things of me jumping up and down when my CD came out, please buy, and here's the number, and it's supposed to be you do whatever needs to be done without even feeling funny about it. Don't think about it, just do it. So I have a lot of funny content out there, but from years ago, and I just learned a lot from her. But what I learned today too that would be valuable, what I learned of value today to share with you was the fact that, and I like that she mentioned this, she said even though you have, those who have a health condition, you have to take that into consideration too with how you're going to plan your day and your life. A lot of people who plan their life and plan them in life planners. With me, I can't necessarily write a lot of things down, and now that can go with my work too, my song arranging, my writing of my music and my books, and I do a lot of writing before I actually sit down and do my projects, actually publish them. I put them together in a physical form, or physical form, a form that goes online. And I can't really write down. I'm gonna write on Tuesdays and Thursdays, like a lot of people. Even if I write down like I want to do these 5 things, and I've done this before, but it always changes. That's why I would do videos, or I would do blog posts or podcasts and say, well, I'm going to do this this piece of material, or I'm going to try, or that's what I'm thinking about now, and that's how I feel. I said and I ended up finally saying most of the time it's going to change, and I probably won't even, or you'll never know. It'll be a surprise. So I usually kind of wait until I really know that I'm going to do something, because I found not only does my health take control of my time, but it takes control of my creative flow. So, I can change my opinion about how I feel about my work at any given time. So I just think it's really important that Carrie mentioned that, and I just thanked her for it. because I think so many of us, we give up on planning anything because we think, well, I mean, I can't plan anything because I tried and it doesn't work out. I have too much going on in my life. I mean, I just darn don't feel good enough, for whatever reason. I mean, I'm tired or things, everybody knows things change and get in the way, and you have to, alternate your schedule a little bit. That's one thing. But when your health, affects you, and it's constantly changing your schedule, I just don't want you to feel bad. I want you to go with the flow. If you can't write things down like other people like me, my time is like limited sometimes when and how I can do things, but I don't kick myself for it. I just take it as a blessing that there's going to be that special moment that's going to come up that's going to just reveal that wonderful piece to me that I have inside of me, that I connect with from the outside world. And now that's easy for me to say because I've done that so many times. Now, if you're new to this, I want you to know this is very true. And I've shared this a lot on my podcast, how the magic just comes to you. Now, I don't know if you have to meditate or do yoga. I don't think I was doing a lot of kind of weird meditating when I started writing when I went back to college, and I was doing really well writing. But I'm trying to think, when I started really writing, because I couldn't write diddly squat when I was a little girl. I would sit at a table, and my dad, not my biological dad, my dad who was raising me, he had this desk, and he made it, from slabs of wood from the Murray Printing Company in Westford, Mass. I don't know what it's called now, but I don't know if the slabs of wood are from there. I'm sorry. He had slabs of paper from there, like leftover slabs, because he would make books. As a matter of fact, he made Cheryl Teague's book. He gave it to me when I didn't want to be a model, but everyone thought I wanted to be them. I kind of portrayed what people wanted me to portray, and I've talked about that here, I think, last time. But, or the time before, maybe. But anyhow, he gave me her modeling book, and he was so proud, because he put that together himself, and that was like a big project. And I think that was her first book, maybe her only book, I think. And he really put it together beautifully. And I was so happy he handed it to me. I couldn't even believe he did it. And I just had these words that I wanted to fall out to him like, Dad, now I've done this to him before. And it's like, okay, there's something wrong with her. Like, Dad, I can feel something from this, I mean, I'm feeling meaning in this, and look in his eyes and try to go past it. Because I already tried to do those things kind of with him, and it never worked out. But I was feeling that, and I didn't know I was a writer hidden inside, because he really tried. He gave me everything I needed, made the desk, got the slabs of paper. We had this cute, I think he even made the pencil and the pencil holder. Everything on it, I think, was made, because, he saved, I know how to do that now myself, but he saved every penny with everything he did. And I would sit there, be like, it would be blank paper. He'd look and walk by my room, look and see if I did anything. I'm got it. I'm here. I got this. How old was I? I don't know, 8 or something, maybe 10 even. And I said, I don't have anything. I got nothing. So he gave up on me. He gave up too easily, though. That's one thing I don't do. I never gave up on my son. I mean, I would just sit there on his heels. I don't think badly. But let me tell you, my son has succeeded many ways, and he's extremely intelligent. But I never let anything slip by. I was always on it. Probably too much. He'd be like, okay, we're fine. Not really into that. But I didn't want to miss it, because my dad who was raising me missed it. But couldn't get a thing. So I know how that is. And then when I had my son, he was about 5, and I started writing. And then I just let it all flow out. But I had a lot of experiences, and I could just write stupid stuff. Like now I'll just write stupid things, and it comes out to really cool stuff. Like I'll look at it a few days later and pick out these words. Now my head will automatically turn on and just siphon, like, oh my gosh. I mean, I went to school for creative writing too, though. And that was when I went back to college. I was older, so that could be why, but I can just see and siphon now and just create this beautiful stuff just from silly things. I don't know how. I can actually feel my head turn to magic, but I know what it's like when you first start and nothing's coming to you. So I guess that's with everything, your ideas, your writing, you're just trying to get things together. Find a way for you to connect to yourself, I think is the best thing. Like, I didn't do any of that when I first started writing with my son. When I had my son, it probably took me 10 years of writing, but I mean, with you, it doesn't have to be writing, but I guess I was always maybe planning in my mind and making steps and moves, and like people like Carrie is good to tell you how to, go to your next step and do your thing and plan your life out. I'm not that kind of person at all, but I do know that I have my health conditions that I can't plan my life very well at all. Yet I let it fall into place, and and I just mentioned the creating because that's a big part of me. And if that's a big part of you, I don't want you to feel bad if you have a hard time finding that time or finding that creative idea. I really feel that it all comes around to you when it's supposed to. But I feel now that I've learned more and I'm really better at making content, that I have to really be on top of myself with a caring routine for myself. I have to really care for myself physically and emotionally in a really great way, because if I don't, then these gifts of mine, no matter what I do and what I try, won't come to me. So I hope I covered that and it made any sense and I'm being helpful. I just watched Carrie now and I thought, that would really be great to share, the fact that I could probably never fill out a life planner. I mean, I could fill it out, but I probably would most likely 9 times out of 10 not follow it. What I do like in there, though, are the prompts, and I follow those a lot with different people. Like, they might ask you questions, like, what did you like about what you did the last few months in your life? What would you like to do maybe the next few months down the road? Though I don't necessarily even engrave that in my mind, I don't even write that down anymore like that. I mean, unless I definitely I'm in the process of releasing music and I've dived into it. But I don't write that down anymore, like for like an extended amount of time ahead. I have folders on my computer with like music and writing, and I'll go in and out of it, and it'll just start to hit me what I want to do. And now I stay to it instead of, like, I think I was doing too much with the podcast, and I would like have releases that I wanted to go out, and then I wouldn't do them because my mind was trying to do the podcast and trying to reach people, and then try to keep my mind on my creative area, and I wasn't doing well with that. So, yeah. And now I'm getting tired. I forget what I was saying. So, okay, my brain is turning off. So, I think I got out what I wanted to say. And once again, like I said in the last video, and it's probably nothing. Yeah. Oh, we're talking about planning the future. Yeah. So I don't plan really far in the future, and I can't really. I mean, I won't even answer what I would like as far as my future goals, because I'm actual like dreaming goals, like, oh yeah, I'd love to have an island, or I can't wait to go away, I want to go here or there. That's pretty neat, and I don't even cement that in stone. But when it comes to like goals, I guess you call it career goals. I don't like to call it a career goal because 9 times out of 10 my things are things I do myself, and I don't know if I can call it a career, where my health is affects me, so I call it a goal. But let's call it a career goal right now. I don't really put things in stone as far as like how I would like my career goal to be, or where I want it to be anymore. And it hurts me sometimes to say that, and I feel the pain of that. But I know that there's something. I know the way I create. It's so deep and involved that I have to let that take over because of my health, and be grateful that's where my great work comes from. So I'm very grateful for that is given to me in place of me being able to make those decisions as to how I might want my life to go. So I think I said that pretty good. So thanks for listening, and I hope I was able to help you, and I'll put the links below. So if you like this, please like, and if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. Thanks for watching Living Positively After Challenges.